That lucky star I talk about is you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest classic Broadway singers.
It's so nice to be back here where we belong.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best musical theater voices of the classic era, specifically focusing on performers who made their Broadway debut before 1980 and who were known primarily for their work on the stage. Who's your favorite performer from the Golden Age of Broadway? Sing their praises in the comments. Number 10, John Raitt. Originating the role of Billy Bigelow in Carousel, John Raitt's resonant voice made him an almost instant star. He became the very image of a leading man during Broadway's Golden Age. On stage, he played some of the greatest leading roles in musical history. From his Broadway debut in 1945 to his various appearances on television, he never strayed too far from live performance. In fact, he only made one film appearance, and that was to reprise his role in The Pajama Game.
Is it all going in one ear and out the other?
His daughter, Bonnie, would go on to become a successful vocalist and musician in her own right.
'Cause I can't make you love me.
Number 9, Mandy Patinkin.
Mapping out a sky, what you feel like planning a sky, what you feel when voices that come through the window.
When he opened in Evita in 1979, Patinkin wowed audiences in his Tony-winning role as the show's narrator, modeled after revolutionary Che Guevara.
So famous, so easily, so soon, is not the wisest thing to be. You won't care if they love you.
He commanded the stage with his rich tone and a vibrato for days. After Evita, he found continued success in stage musicals like Sunday in the Park with George and The Secret Garden.
She has Riley's hazel eyes, those eyes that saw me happy long ago.
Balancing a successful career on stage and on screen, he continues to be one of Broadway's legendary performers. Although he came in at the very end of the Golden Age, Patinkin's voice harkens back to the more sonorous tones of the classic leading men.
What do you do?
Careful the wish you make.
Number 8, Pearl Bailey.
I've been a puppet, a pirate, a porter, pawn, a king. I've been up and down and over and round, and I know one thing. Soon as I found myself down on my face, I just got back up and got back in the race.
With her growl of a voice and her irreverent stage persona, Pearl Bailey's stunning power and immeasurable charisma was a natural fit for Broadway.
All I can say, look at where I am. Tonight I landed pow, right in a powder town. I set up. Oh, they wouldn't believe it if my friends could see me.
She made her debut in the 1946 production of St. Louis Woman and juggled careers on stage, in film, and on television for several decades afterward. One of her biggest and most remembered Broadway triumphs was her leading role in the all-African-American cast of Hello, Dolly.
'Cause I'll be all dressed up and singing that song that says you dog. I told you so. So wave your little hat and whistle so long, dearie, dearie, sure to say so long.
If her incredible and distinctive voice wasn't enough, her sense of humor was unmatched. It didn't matter whose show she was on. When Pearl Bailey was on stage, she was the star.
As sure as the stars shine above. That's without effort. You know you're somebody. Nobody till somebody loves you.
Number 7. Richard Kiley.
I am I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls and I go.
Having begun his career in radio, Kiley was renowned for his booming voice and striking diction. Steven Spielberg even sought him out for the theme park narration in the original Jurassic Park.
The appropriate information will be automatically selected and displayed for you.
Hey, look!
Simply touch the area of the screen displaying the appropriate icon.
Are we gonna hit that?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
One of Broadway's foremost baritones, Kiley was said to be among the most versatile actors of his time.
And the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me.
His roles in musicals ran the gamut from the impoverished, mad knight-errant Don Quixote in Man of La Mancha to the Caliph in Kismet.
Play on the cymbal, a timbrel, a lyre. Play with appropriate passion.
He also holds the distinction of being the first actor to record the now famous show tune, The Impossible Dream. Over his career, he won several awards for acting, including 2 Tonys for Best Actor in a Musical.
This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far.
Number 6. Barbara Cook.
You said you loved me, or were you just being kind?
From her Broadway debut in 1951 to her death in 2017, Barbara Cook was one of the American theater's legendary vocalists.
Did I droop my wings, singing of a song?
Renditions of songs by the great composers like Rodgers and Hammerstein, Harnick and Bach, and Stephen Sondheim established her as one of Broadway's finest song interpreters. In 1957, she originated the role of Marion and the song Till There Was You from The Music Man.
No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
When health issues and personal problems affected her stage work in the 70s, she shifted to a successful career in cabarets and concert halls. Even as her clear, ringing soprano became deeper with age, her power as a performer was undeniable. Number 5. Betty Buckley.
Touch me, it's so easy to leave me.
How good is Betty Buckley? When the notorious musical version of Carrie opened, it's said that when the lights went down, the audience booed. But when the lights came back up for Buckley and her co-stars' bows, they rose to their feet in a standing ovation.
The tune that filled my days no longer plays.
By then, Buckley had been a pro on the Broadway stage for nearly 2 decades, having made her debut in the 1969 production of 1776.
I hear his violin, and I get that feeling within, and I sigh, oh I sigh.
Her impressive list of stage credits may be split between New York and London's West End, but her dynamic vocals led to New York Magazine labeling her the voice of Broadway.
I can make your sad heart sing. With one look, you'll know all you need to know.
Number 4. Julie Andrews.
I could have done all night.
Although later audiences knew her for her film performances, Julie Andrews bookended her singing career with acclaimed runs on Broadway.
And I'll sing on
Despite making a name for herself in Hollywood, Andrews' earliest successes were on Broadway. After appearing on the West End, she made her debut on the American stage in 1954's The Boyfriend. It was her masterful Tony-nominated performance as Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady that cemented her place among Broadway's most beloved leading ladies.
Don't talk of stars burning above. If you're in love, show me.
With a 4-octave range, her voice was a technical marvel.
However do they manage to shed their weary lot? Oh, what do simple folk do?
She was on Broadway doing Victor Victoria when her singing career came to an end due to a botched throat surgery in 1997.
But I've got my pride, I won't give in.
Number 3, Bernadette Peters.
Throw it away, baby, walking off my tired feet.
Sometimes she's innocent with a sickly sweet lilt in her voice. Sometimes she's a bawdy dame with a mouth like a horn. Bernadette Peters' range is her secret weapon.
Stay a child while you can be a child.
When she made her Broadway debut in 1967, Peters had been sharpening her skills in regional and summer stock productions for almost a decade by that point.
But ever since I saw him depart, it's been raining.
Later roles in shows like Sunday in the Park with George and Into the Woods would add to the legend, but it was shows like On the Town and Mac and Mabel that first brought her major attention.
Time heals everything but love.
Her incredible staying power as a performer is matched only by her ability to make every song her own.
Till the days go by.
Number 2, Patti LuPone.
When every night the set that's smart is intruding in nudist parties in studios, anything goes.
A Juilliard graduate and a member of John Houseman's acting company, Patti LuPone already seemed like a seasoned vet when she made her New York debut. Her first musical, The Robber Bridegroom, earned her a Tony nomination despite only running for a limited 14-performance engagement. When she played Eva Perón in Evita, her placement among Broadway's best ever vocalists was secured. No one sings a song like Patti LuPone. Her tone and her stylistic flourishes are uniquely her own.
Starting here, starting now, honey, everything's coming up, Roseanne.
From her theater-filling powerhouse vocals to her pointed and sometimes hilarious opinions about theater etiquette, Patti is one of the last bastions of the traditional theater-going experience. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Carol Channing. Channing's distinctive style made her a legend.
Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's highlight.
Liza Minnelli. She may have been Hollywood royalty, but Liza began her career wowing Broadway crowds.
Whoever's interested in helping me out, please keep it coming.
Robert Goulet. Goulet's rich, opera-trained baritone made him a star on and off the stage.
If I loved you, time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know.
Angela Lansbury. Her presence and personality are what made her truly stand out.
99 times is hard, sir. Even harder than the worst pies in London. Only lard and nothing more is than just revolting.
Joel Grey. He'll always be the MC, but Joel Grey truly is a triple threat.
If you happen to be rich and you feel like a nice entertainment, you can pay for a gay escapade. If you happen to be rich and alone and you need a companion, you can ring ting-a-ling for some mate.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ethel Merman.
You're a melody of a symphony by Strauss.
You're a bundle bonnet, a Shakespeare sonnet.
You're Mickey Mouse.
Is that a compliment?
If you want to talk about a voice that filled the entire theater and maybe even the alley behind the theater, look no further than Broadway's First Lady. Ethel Merman debuted on The Great White Way in 1930 and headlined her last production nearly 50 years later.
So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you?
In that time, she became inextricably linked to the American standard she originated on stage.
The thing that's known as romance is
These include There's No Business Like Show Business, Anything You Can Do, Anything Goes, and many, many more.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing.
Her voice has been described as clarion-like and authoritative. Like any big star, Merman knew how to command an audience's attention, even if she had to take it by sheer force.
Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.